The Chicago Bears 2023 schedule is officially out, as you see it right here behind me on the whiteboard. So I'm going to go through every single game and give you guys my way too early win-loss prediction video. So with that being said, what is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, my NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, please do hit that big red subscribe button, people. I cannot wait for the season to come, and it'll be here before we know it. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So I've got all of the Bears games listed, and I've also included their primetime games. They've got 4. I think I missed one primetime game in my previous video when I broke down the schedule, and that was, I think, the Week 8 Sunday night game against the Chargers. So they have 4 primetime games. They have 2 Thursday night football games, a Sunday night football, and a Monday night football game. So 4 primetime games, actually pretty decent for a team that finished with the worst record in the league last year. This means that the league thinks that the Bears are going to be improved. Okay, so let's go ahead and break this down here. We'll just start at the very top, and I'm going to go ahead and just use these markers here. So green is going to be a dub, and I'll indicate losses with a red. So we start out the season at home against the Green Bay Packers, folks, and I got to tell you, I'm not scared of the Packers anymore. The bad man is gone. Aaron Rodgers is with the Jets. And yes, Jordan Love, we don't know what he's going to be. He's a wild card. But at home, all the energy from the home crowd, the Bears with their new additions, right? You got DJ Moore. You've got Rashawn Johnson coming in as a rookie. Maybe he gets some playing time. You got your free agent signings like Robert Tonyan, Dante Foreman, and then as well as defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards. Like, this Bears team is revamped, not to even mention the offensive line with your top 10 pick, Darnell Wright. So to me, with an improved Bears team and with the Packers team, which is a total wild card, I see this as a win for the Bears. I think Jordan Love's going to take a little bit of time to figure things out, and he's got to get his feet under him, get a rhythm. And so I just don't think that's going to happen at Chicago on the road for them. So give me the Bears. I don't think the Packers will be a terrible team, but I'm going to go ahead and take this as a W for the Chicago Bears. All right, so let's go ahead and start the season out with a W against the Green Bay Packers. All right, let's move on to Week 2 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And look, the Bucs still have a very good defense, but offensively, the quarterback situation is a big question mark. Yeah, they signed Baker Mayfield. He'll probably be their starter, and he did, finish the year strong with the Rams last year. But am I really scared of Baker Mayfield? Not really. The fact of the matter is that this game is in Tampa, and that scares me a little bit. But honestly, I just don't see this Bucs offense scoring a lot. I could be wrong here, but I think we could take advantage of that. And, didn't really add too much in the offseason. A pretty quiet offseason for the Bucs after, obviously, Tom Brady retired. So maybe they have a little bit of a Tom Brady retirement hangover, if you will, to start the season out. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a W for the Bears. I truly believe we can beat Tampa Bay, honestly. We have the offensive firepower to do so. We just got to neutralize Baker Mayfield and whoever else they start a quarterback, and I don't think it's going to be too difficult. All right, Week 3 at KC. Come on, folks. Let's just mark it down as an L. This is defending Super Bowl champions in Arrowhead. This game was supposed to be in Germany. Whatever the case is, we're not beating the Chiefs. If we do, great, but I'm just not going to predict that. All right, Week 4 against the Denver Broncos. Now, this Broncos team was a disaster last year, complete disaster. But the only way to go is up. Sean Payton coming in as their new head coach. I just feel like this is going to help Russell Wilson. How can he play worse than he did last year? Okay? They still have a very good defense, all right? They still have the requisite weapons in Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. Like, they have a good team, folks, all right? I know this is at home, but, I really feel like we're going to see a bounce-back Denver Broncos team, and I think Russell Wilson is going to get back to playing quarterback at a high level, and this could be a potential playoff team to me. I think Sean Payton makes that big of a difference. So I think just because of how good they are defensively and their offense improving, I'm going to say this is a loss for the Chicago Bears, though I could certainly see us beating the Broncos, but I'm going to say that's a loss, all right? Week 5 against the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football. Look, folks, I just don't think the Commanders are very good. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, they got some weapons here and there. Terry McLaurin's good, but for the most part, I think the Bears are a better team. I know we lost to them last year, but it was a very close game, and I think we got way better, and the Commanders are quarterback Sam Howell, No, I'm sorry. The Bears win this game. All right, week 6 against the Minnesota Vikings at home. All right, so here's how I'm kind of looking at the division games, and I'll kind of give it away here. I have us pretty much splitting with a lot of our division teams. Look, the Vikings, they might move on from Dalvin Cook. They already moved on from Adam Thielen. Kirk Cousins, a year older. Like, I don't think this Vikings team is as good as it was last year. I don't think it's terrible now, but I don't think it's as good as it was last year, where they were clearly head and shoulders the best team in the NFC North. Like, I think they're kind of back with the pack of the North with all of the teams. And so, to me, they don't really scare me. We're playing them at home here in week 6. Like, honestly, I think we can beat them. And what I'm really doing here is I'm going to go ahead and say we beat them at home, and then we lose to them on the road right here, Monday Night Football and retail. So let me just chalk that up as an L, okay? So just splitting the division games. All right. Week 7 against the Raiders. New quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Defense is still terrible. At home, I think we can win this game. Honestly, the Raiders I don't think are very good. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. So yeah, give me the Bears to win week 7. All right, here we go. Week 8 against the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. I'm going to say this is an L. The Chargers are a very good football team, folks. I might be just too high on them, but I really think they have the talent to be Super Bowl contenders. Justin Herbert's an absolute beast. Like, they have weapons everywhere. The defense is good. Like, this roster has no holes. Like, they're a very good team. All right, and we're playing them in LA. Yeah, this is an L. Week 9 against the Saints, I'm also going to say this is a loss for the Bears. Look, I'm not saying the Saints are world beaters. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but Derek Carr does bring some stability to the quarterback position for them, and they're always a tough defensive team. Playing in New Orleans is always tough, and so to me, if it was in Chicago, maybe I see us winning, but at New Orleans, at their stadium, like I feel like with their tough defense and with Carr improving that team, I think we lose this one in week 9. All right, finally, week 10, this should be a fun one against the Carolina Panthers at home. Thursday Night Football, and I'm going to go ahead and say this is a dub for the Bears. Look, Bryce Young is going to be their starting quarterback, and I think he's going to be solid, but this is his rookie season, right? There's a lot of development to do here, and the Panthers were not a very good roster last year, and they've kind of added a lot of these, like, misfit pieces, like Adam Thielen, an over-the-hill wide receiver, DJ Chark, a one-trick pony kind of at receiver, like, and then you sign Miles Sanders at running back. Like, I don't know, like, it's a weird roster. Yeah, their defense is decent. Like, I don't really think the Panthers will be very good. I think they're going to, take some time to develop here. So I'm going to say this is a dub for the Bears. All right, let's move on here to week 11 against the Detroit Lions. So same thing here with the Detroit Lions. I'm going to say we split with them. Lions, I think, should be the favorites in this division, but we don't have a Kansas City in our division. We don't have a team where I'm like, oh yeah, there's no shot we're beating them. Those are 2 L's every year. We don't have the prime Green Bay Packer, Aaron Rodgers teams, right? Where those were 2 L's every year for us. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we lose at Detroit. Let's give them their home game, and then we beat them at home here. So let's go ahead and mark this up as an L. And then we played Detroit again at home on week 14, and I think we can win that game. Right? I think we can win that game. All right, so that basically takes us all the way to week 15 because, again, I marked the Minnesota game as a loss. We got the bye week, and then we beat Detroit in week 14. Division game's always tough. We split them, all right? Week 15 against the Browns. Look, the Browns are a complete wild card team. Like, I don't know how good Deshaun Watson's going to be, but they have weapons. You got Amari Cooper. You got David Njoku. You got Nick Chubb. Their defense is solid. Like, this team on paper should be good, and we're playing them in Cleveland. Yes, we can win this game, but I'm going to predict that we lose. If this was in Chicago, I probably would say that's a W. But in Cleveland, I'm going to say let's give this one to the dog pound. All right, week 16 against the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals will be very good this year. I'm going to say that's a W for us. Their defense is porous, and I think it will continue to be. Our week 17 against the Falcons, same thing. I think the Falcons are going to be awful this year. Maybe they put up points, but their defense is terrible. I think the Bears can score on them. And then finally, week 18 against the Green Bay Packers, same thing I did with the rest of the division. We beat them in week 1. We lose to them in week 18. All right, simple and straightforward. So here we go. Let's count it up. Let's count up the W's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 wins out of 17, which means 8 losses. So the Chicago Bears finished the season at 9-8. And I think that's a realistic target here, folks. We're talking about a team making the jump, from being the worst team in the league last year to, a potential borderline playoff team just because of the development of Justin Fields heading into third year, which is obviously the most important year that quarterbacks have. Like they usually make their leap in their third year. You give them a number one weapon. You add to the defense. You add to the offensive line. Like the only place the Bears really did not add talent is probably the D line, right? But for the most part, they've added talent everywhere. And with a division that's not as strong anymore, with a schedule where you only play 5 playoff teams, 9-8 is very achievable. All right, I don't think I really took many chances here with the schedule, so I can see this happening. So let me know what you guys think, man. 9-8 is what I have the Bears finishing at. Leave a comment down below if you agree, disagree. As always,